my name is Maneet. I am a medical student at St. George's University School of Medicine in Grenada. I am going into my second year in just a couple of weeks, so I thought it would be a good idea to make a video for incoming students on what I think are good things to pack and things that I packed that I found to be helpful. So I lived in a dorm on campus for my first term, and then since the beginning of term 2 I have lived off campus in an apartment. So I'm just going to go through things that I packed that I thought were very helpful for my move to Grenada. I know it's a very daunting move just to move to a new country that for many of us is quite far away from home and probably the biggest move that we have ever made. So I hope that this video is helpful, takes off some weight and stress on what we should pack moving to Grenada for medical school. So I will also include a checklist either in the description box or at the end of this video that you can kind of use as a guide of things to pack, and I hope it's helpful because I know when I was packing there was a lot of questions that I had on what I should bring, what I can get there. So I hope that this just alleviates some of that stress. So let's begin. And I have written everything on my iPad, so if I'm looking down, that's why. So the first thing is I would recommend that you bring any prescriptions that you have for the entirety of your stay until you go back home. I'm sure that you can get some prescriptions in Grenada, but I'm just not sure how quickly or if they have the exact one that you need. So just to alleviate any stress, just please make sure you have exactly what you need in the amount that you need for the entire time that you're going to be in Grenada. And secondly, if there's any toiletries or any skincare or any like personal products that you like, that like if there's a particular brand or a certain product or something, I would advise you to bring enough for the for your time there this term in Grenada, just because although almost everything is available in Grenada, it's sometimes not the exact thing that you may be used to using, or it's significantly more expensive. So if you do have the room in your suitcase, this is just something that I would say to be mindful of and just to act accordingly. And then in terms of kitchen, like things you might need in the kitchen, so I would say keep it very simple, keep it very minimal. There's not, and especially in dorms, there's not necessarily a lot of storage space, as you do have 2 other roommates that you're probably sharing with. So I would say 1 pot, 1 pan, 1 to 2 plates, cups, bowls. Things like this they were plastic, the ones that I had, just because they were easier to travel with. Some food storage containers, like a cutting board, cutting knives, and I did bring a coffee machine and an air fryer, just because there you only have your 2 stovetops for cooking. So I did bring an air fryer. Now living in an apartment, all the kitchen things come with the apartments, like all my plates, all my knives, all my utensils, all my like cooking spatulas and everything, that I all came with the apartment, including pots and pans. But these things were things that I did have to bring for dorms, so just be mindful of that. And though the checklist that I do include, I will be more detailed. I will just everything, this is just things that I remember from the top of my head. And then for the shower, I would recommend bringing a shower caddy if you're living on campus in dorms, just because sometimes some roommates like that you keep your things in your room and not like crowd the shower, as the shower is quite small. So a shower caddy is very helpful. And then shower shoes I found out to be very helpful, and a robe, so like it's just sometimes it's just more comfortable to walk from the shower to your dorm room in a robe rather than a towel. But again, this is all just personal preference. And then in terms of clothing, so please pack a few pairs of scrubs, because sometimes you are required to wear them multiple times in a week and you may just not have time to wash them. And then please bring a white coat ceremony outfit. So for females, this is usually like a nice dress and a nice pair of heels. For males, it's usually pants, like a dress pants, like a full sleeve button down shirt with a collar and a tie. And I would also advise to pack like a few more nicer outfits, just like for dinners with friends, or if you're gonna go out, just to have, like, it's just good to have some things. And then also for day-to-day, I would say, like, I found myself always reaching for athleisure or just like comfy clothes, so yoga pants, sweatpants, leggings, like linen pants, things of that sort. I tended to stay away from like denim stuff just because it's more comfortable when you're attending lecture and sitting down and studying to be comfortable. And also for exams, you are required that whatever you're wearing has no pockets and no hood. So please just make sure that you do at least pack 1 to 2 things that that meet exam guidelines. And also, just another thing to keep in mind, Grenada is very hot. However, lecture halls and study halls tend to be very cold because of the AC. So please keep this in mind when you are packing, and don't think that, oh, because it's a warm place, I don't need sweatpants and full length pants and like full sleeve shirts and stuff like that, just because it does get very cold inside lecture halls and buildings. So do pack a very good amount of things, because a lot of your time will be spent in these locations. And also just make sure you, of course, remember to bring things for the beach, so like swimwear, a beach towel. You can purchase all of these things in Grenada, but again, just better to be prepared sometimes and just to bring stuff with you that you know you do like. And then let's see what else I have. I did bring my bedding back from home when I did go to Grenada, and like all my towels and stuff. My parents did go with me when I did move for the first time, so I did have the luxury of having a couple extra bags just so I could fill those with those things. But again, if you are just going by yourself, just make sure you have like the necessities that you do need day to day to live. Everything does come, like you can purchase in Grenada, just in case you're scared that, oh no, like I can't fit this, you can purchase in Grenada. Just be mindful that it may not be the exact thing that you use back home, and it also is probably going to be more expensive than what you would spend back home. And also, what else? Oh, and also please pack latex gloves that you need for lab, like just a box of those, and this will be good for the rest of your time on the island. There's a lot in a box, so it will last you the whole time, but please do bring this with you. And make sure you do have closed-toe shoes for lab. That's just a requirement. And oh, and also another thing is that in your dorm room and even in your apartment, for shelves, sometimes it's hard to store things on your shelf. So I took storage bins with me, like they're like the foldable cloth ones, and I found that those were very, very helpful just for extra storage and to just kind of keep everything more organized. So that is one thing that I would advise you to bring. It's just good to like even just to throw your socks in, or if you have like extra school supplies, things of that sort. So I did not use suitcases when I was traveling, like the physical like big luggage suitcases, just because those weigh so much just without anything in them, and I knew I needed to take advantage of every single pound that I could. So my parents actually purchased these duffel bags, and they did not weigh a lot, and they were a very good size, and they were quite sturdy, and I could fit significantly more in that than you could in a suitcase. Oh, and then also please pack an umbrella, because in Grenada when it does start raining, it just starts pouring. And also lastly, a sturdy backpack. So important. You're going to be using that all the time, and campus is not flat. There's a lot of hills, so just something that's comfortable on your back is very good. Again, like if there's any snacks that you like, if there's any prescription medication, any particular like item that you need in your day-to-day life, I'd advise. And in terms of electronics, I would recommend investing in like a good pair of headphones. I think that's very helpful even when you're in your study hall. It's just good to be able to have headphones on and just like be in your zone. And then I would also even recommend, like if you're using an iPad, to like maybe purchase an extra Apple Pencil or like the tips that go at the end of it, because sometimes in Grenada it's just like not available, or they're super, super expensive, and it's just like inconvenient to have to go to the store to purchase them. So if you just have everything with you, it's just easier. So in terms of electronics, I would say that. And then also for exams, you're required to write your exams on a laptop, not an iPad or anything. So I would say to make sure that your laptop that you're using is in good condition, and a water bottle. You're walking a lot, it's really hot, so just have a good water bottle that keeps your water cool. I personally liked, I had like a thermo flask, so that I found to be very helpful. And I would also recommend for your kitchen to have a Brita filter, just to like for water filtration. So looking at my list, I think I have covered everything that I can currently remember. But I will also include a checklist either at the end of this video or in the description box with like more detail than just like the little things. I will see if I can find my old checklist and kind of use that as reference, but I will provide you guys with that just to help, because I know how stressful this move can be. So I will do that, and I will include that in this either in this video or in the description box. And yeah, I think that's it. And like, yeah, once again, Please don't hesitate to reach out to me for any questions, tips, advice. I am more than happy to help. I have been in your position. And yeah, I'm excited for this next chapter for you guys. It's a new experience, but again, you have worked so hard for this and you are so deserving. So yeah, if you ever see me on campus, please say hi. But yeah.